Yeah, like, there's no way I'm getting ganked right now. There's no way. Oh shit, who's that? Yo guys, it's Sane here. And before we get into the fights, I would like to showcase the strength of the build I'm playing in one of the fights I had. So this is the build I've created. And as you can see, I'm wearing T6 armor, and in the first fight I'm against an A3 Bloodletter. Even with me being 5 tiers down, I know the power of my build and knowing I could still kill this guy. You always want to make sure to polymorph or demon helm before entering inform and doing your burst. And this is why I love Mercenary Jacket with Hellspawn, because if you use it and W, you get a really nice heal that a lot of people don't expect. It's absolutely crucial that you always polymorph before entering your form. And here he gets scared and runs away against a T6. In the second fight I'm playing Prowling and I'm versus a really high tier Infinity Blade. I make sure to wait for him to E so I can secure the polymorph hit, so I don't take damage while being in form. He uses Inferno Shield, I make sure to purge it since it's the only thing I can really purge. Here I use my boots to wait for my polymorph cooldown. Always make sure when you inform that you quickly go back to human so you don't take unnecessary damage. Always try to avoid going into your form if the enemy is not polymorphed. Here I use my jacket so I can wait for my polymorph cooldown since he kited me last time. I don't have polymorph, but since he's lower than 40%, I go in for the execute. And he dies. In the third fight, it's going to be an Infinity Blade versus Hellspawn. Now I'm pretending to be scared so he thinks he will win this easy and be overconfident. I overcharged last second to have a higher chance of winning the fight. Here he does one big mistake and purchases my Keeper Cape, so he has nothing for my Mercenary Jacket. And of course our rat comes and joins the fight to ruin the day. I managed to get the kill, but the rat is not satisfied and wants to kill me as well. I try to do as much damage as possible before I revive. At this moment I was super happy, thinking I was gonna kill him and get the loot. Sadly the rat outplaced me, and as you're about to hear, I was not that happy. In the fourth fight, we're against a dual swords. Damn, there's a lot of swords in the mist right now. He uses Invispot but right on my W so he immediately gets revealed. He Mercenary Jackets and I did not want to perch it in case he runs. So I'm saving it for his run. I make sure not to W to proc his undead cape. I only do a little bit of damage here and execute him, and here he dies. So in the fifth fight we're against a Wildfire. He uses his boots right into me so I take this opportunity to get some free damage. He runs straight into the explosion at my Q, and here he's just in panic mode using every button. He tries to E me by Demon Helm, and here I finish him off. In the sixth fight we're against the 8-1 attuned Great Hammer. I get a really bad opening since my W is on cooldown, and he gets way too much damage on me here in the beginning. Since we're brawling each other, I make sure to use my snapper food so I heal more and have more sustain. Here he's trying to bait my purge, but I'm holding it for his Stalker Jacket. He stuns me here, but I still manage to get the purge off, which saves me. And since he's really low, I execute him. In the seventh fight, I'm against a tier 8 Battleaxe. Since he dismounted really close to me, I try to run up and get an early advantage. And once again guys, always polymorph before you enter your form, because you will do more damage and you will be more safe. Here I use my Gig Pot so I have time to wait for my cooldowns. So here I demon helmet and pop my jacket and I try to go for the kill, but I do one big mistake and stay in inform, and as you can see I take a lot of damage in inform, and here I die because of that big mistake. In the A fight I'm versus the phase scale blazing build. You have to be very careful when he uses his jacket and not hit into it. When he uses his jacket I make sure to polymorph him and purge it before I do my damage. Here he uses his boost way too early and he wastes his jacket. Usually people play this with the Mistwalker hood so they can try to sheath you and not die, but this guy was playing with Spectre hood, which is not the best of ideas. And now he has no abilities left, so I just make sure to run up and finish him off. In the 9th fight, I'm versus a Carving. Against Carving Swords you have to be really careful about when entering your form. Since he does his W and E while I'm in human form, I'm safe to enter in form without that much of a risk. He quickly realizes his mistake and invests jackets. Now he uses his Demon's Boot, which was his last defensive, so now he has Demon Helm, and I do the form W to finish him off. In the 10th fight, we're fighting against Boltcasters. Since I'm using all my abilities to dismount him, I have to be a little bit careful now and not overstep. He uses his Demon Helm, I make sure to invis jacket so he doesn't get a free. Then I purge his boot so he cannot run away. Then he uses his W and I use walkout E, then I gig for safety. And now he has no abilities and he's pretty much easy to kill now. He uses Cleric Robe, but it's way too late for that. I just wait it out and there he dies. In the 11th fight, we're fighting another Great Hammer. Since this guy's way lower tier than me, I have to really pretend that I'm bad and do a lot of mistakes, so here when he engages, I make sure not to hit him a single time. He even procs my Keeper Cape, I make sure not to do too much damage, or else he will just run away. And now playing like this, he will think that I'm bad at the game and he will overcommit. Once again, I let him do a good rotation on me, and in return I don't do that much damage. I just slowly poke him down until he's in kill range. And after poking for a while, I pop my Demon Helm and I go for the kill. Sometimes pretending to be bad can lead to a lot of kills which you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. In the 12th fight, we're fighting an A2 Carving Sword on a really troll Prowling build. And this just goes to show, even with me being 2 tiers down and playing a troll build, Prowling still does a lot of damage. So here I gig pot just so I can sit and tank his damage. It was a bit of a mistake that I didn't go into my form earlier, because I was sitting on 5 stacks for a bit too long of a time, so I didn't optimally rotate my abilities. And now since he's below 40% HP, I go into my form and I go for the execute. Sadly he's really high tier and he survives. And I OC'd now for no apparent reason. If I had OC'd at the start of the fight, maybe I would have killed him. And now, even with being 2 tiers higher, he runs away. Alright, that's the video guys, thanks so much for watching. The reason I haven't been as active as lately is because I'm preparing for my 9th MMA fight. So obviously I have to work out a lot and put a lot of effort and time into that. But make sure to comment and like the video, and comment what video you would like to see next. With every video, I'm improving, I'm becoming better. So this is Sane, and I hope you enjoy the video. See you in the next one.